them, how we're using feelings of transferring body weight on a ball of the foot, center foot, and heel from one leg to another leg. And I think you realize how important it is to feel your body weight. And I would like to finish, and I think we're going to go forward and continue with our next subject.
Now we would like to take you into our fourth point, the footwork. First, I will explain to you the positions of your feet. There are a few positions that we use throughout the movements. Second, I will take you through the brushing of the feet. Third, I will explain to you the foot pressure and how to use it, and give you a little exercise to practice at home or in the studio. And the last but not least, I will explain how to roll from foot to foot without having a flop action. So let's first begin with positions of your feet. We can have position 1, which is on the high point, as high as you can get on the tippy toe. Usually this is used mostly in women, but men use it as much. The second position is called pressure position or pressure point, where we transfer our weight onto the ball of the foot. And the third position is when we use the whole flat foot, and at this moment you could be on your heel, on your center, or on the ball of the foot. Now, as we know the positions, one of the most important things is alignment of your feet. A lot of times we see dancers dancing with the space between the legs or doing forward walks with the cross action. To make sure that you're doing it correctly, let's do a little exercise. I would like you to try to dance with me and first stand in the perfect 6 position from ballet, where your toes and your heels are touching together. Now the next thing, please take one of your foot directly back without any turnout. So we take my right foot back without turnout. Now at this moment you're going to say that you do see the space between the legs. Yes, you're absolutely right, but don't forget we have no turnout in our feet yet. So what I would like you to try right now is to take the front foot, turn it heel inside, not toe, but heel inside. Now, even though we are all somewhat same, we are still made differently. Someone's legs are longer, somebody's legs are shorter. Somebody has more curved legs, and some other people have more straight legs. Now, the turnout of the front foot is based on what kind of body you possess. So instead of thinking I'm going to turn out 1/8 or 1/16 or less or more, I would like you to concentrate on making sure that your knee is facing straight. So when my knee is facing straight in this position, I find that my balance is the easiest and I have the maximum ability for rotation. So try to face the mirror and find the perfect position where your knee is facing forward, not to the side and not in. Now, the second point that we were going to talk about is brushing of the feet. As we stand in this position with the feet in 2 tracks with the front foot turnout, when we make the next step, make sure that you do not release your ankle and your legs go on the side without brushing one another. Pay attention that when your legs are going one against another, you have a brushing feeling, that your ankles are touching together, that your feet are touching together, that at no point you see space or round feeling between the legs. Same thing happens when you go back. We're not just going to go back and having space between the legs, that at any moment your feet are touching, your ankles are connecting, and you always have that tension that connects the 2 inner parts of your feet. Now, we know the alignment, we know the foot position. We're going to continue on into foot pressure. What is foot pressure? How do we use it? For example, if I do my 2-3 cha-cha 1 forward, lifting my feet off the floor, that doesn't look very good. So I'm going to ask you to do a little exercise with me. Take 2 pieces of paper. You can use a napkin. And I would like you to step right on top of it, as I do have on the floor. As we do that, we're going to continue, as we did before, into our 6th position. Take 1 foot exactly back, turn out the front foot. Now your 1 foot is standing forward on the napkin, another one is in the point, but it still has pressure with the floor, so you still have weight that connects you and your foot with the napkin in between. Now we're going to continue going forward, brushing our feet together and making sure that at no point we leave our napkin behind. So as we do that, you're constantly making sure that your napkin is going forward with you. So you're feeling the pressure between your feet and the floor. At no point we do that, where the napkin stays in the back. Okay, you can do that while going forward, or you can do this going back. Both exercises are very good. And they're excellent for any movement, for cha-cha, samba, rumba, paso doble, or, well, not jive, because in jive we kick. So every time you try to practice, I would like you to always keep in mind that your feet do not leave the floor, that they are brushing one against another, and they are having foot pressure. Now we're going to continue with the last point of the footwork. We're going to explain to you what is rolling off the foot and how to use it. For this, I would like to invite my partner Slavic to demonstrate the action for us. In the beginning, Slavic is going to do 2, 3, cha-cha, 1. Go in this direction forward and back. He's going to use the brushing of the feet. He's going to use the parallel 2 tracks and the foot pressure. So please demonstrate. And 2, 3, cha-cha, 1. And same thing going back. And 2, 3, cha-cha, 1. Even though Slavic has implemented all the principles that I've spoke about earlier, the brushing of the feet, the foot alignment, and the foot pressure, it still didn't look very good. It looked too rough and too abrupt. So what can we do to make it look better, to make it look slicker, softer, more gradual? For that, we have to use footwork as rolling off the foot. When you do rolling off the foot, it doesn't mean that we use only feet. We're going to combine the knowledge that we now know about body weight together with footwork. So just to explain to you what rolling off the foot is. When we start going forward, you're not going to let the body weight drop forward first. You're first going to extend the foot that you're going to step on forward, having the ball of the foot pointing onto the floor. Now at this moment, I would like you to engage your back leg and not allow the weight come off of it too easy, but keep the weight in the back leg by rotating the hip and allowing the weight to be on top of the center and between the center and the ball of the back leg. Now at this moment, the weight is going to continue to transfer more forward, which will allow you to lower the weight onto the ball of the front foot. The next moment, you're going to continue going even more further, so you're going to allow the heel to lower on the front. Now, what's most important is for you not to think that you have to push your weight forward with the back leg. This will make the movement very rough. I would like you to continue the body weight going forward very smooth. So that way, naturally, the weight is going to come off of the heel of the back leg, then off of the ball of the foot and into the toe. Now we continue settling on the standing leg and allowing the point of the foot of the front leg come forward. The weight goes forward, you lower into the ball of the front foot, furthermore onto the heel, and naturally roll off the back leg. Now the footwork on the leg step forward is going to be ball flat, ball inside edge of the foot, very high point, and now not pushing the front leg forward, but having a rolling action as well. So the heel comes off first, ball of the foot, toe, toe, ball, flat. And same thing happens on the next leg step. Now, the tricky part in cha-cha footwork is actually in the cha-cha walk back, or backward cha-cha walks. Here we have a difference between cha-cha and rumba. Even though the steps are very similar, they not dance the same. So when we go back, first of course we're going to have the ball of the foot arrive onto the floor with the weight mostly on the front foot. Now we're going to lower the heel without having the weight on the back leg. And the weight comes after the heel is lowered. Now if we're going to break it down time-wise, you're going to have arriving on the 2, lowering the heel on end, allowing the weight to come onto the heel on A. Next step again, 3 and A. If we repeat that one more time, it's going to be 2 and 3 and Now you might ask yourself at the moment, what is the difference between rumba and cha-cha? If you do the exact same step in rumba, it's going to be 2 and. So the heel and the weight comes on end at the same time. Again, 3 and, 4 and, 1 and, 2 and, 3 and. If we repeat the cha-cha step one more time, it's going to have 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and Now the next trick is the lock step. The lock step has ball of the foot coming right away with a straight leg action. Now we're going to bring in the ball in the front, lower into the heel on the front leg, and arrive ball flat back. Again, ball, ball flat, ball flat. We would like to show that in the continuous motion with my partner Slavic. And he's going to start demonstrating to you that the weight is going to be on the standing leg. So as the back leg comes forward, it's going to be on the point of the foot. As he allows his body weight to come forward more, he's going to lower the weight onto the ball of the front foot, engaging the back leg by keeping the weight on the center, between the center and the ball of the foot. As he lowers the weight onto the heel, he naturally rolls off the back leg. He continues moving the body weight forward, allowing the toe to come forward of the back leg, lowering the weight